Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Today we will try Upakilesa Sutta, but we would like not to introduce the whole Sutta. We will introduce only 11 types of minor defilements. One day the Buddha visited to a royal park where Venerable Niruddha, Venerable Nandiya and Venerable Kimila are dwelling. At Pajina forest. When Buddha visited to there, Buddha asked Venerable Niruddha about divine and sex power problems. At that time, Venerable Niruddha was practicing divine and sex power, Divachaku. Buddha first asked one question to Venerable Niruddha. Good Niruddha, you abide diligently for dispelling. Have you attained some distinctive knowledge a present abiding above human? This question is especially referring to divine and sex power. At the time, Buddha wanted to correct his achievement. At that time, Venerable Niruddha had many problems. He informed to the Buddha such: Venerable Sir, when abiding diligent to dispel, we perceived bright light and visible objects. The bright light and visible objects disappear in no time, and we did not understand that sign or that reason. At that time, Venerable Niruddha practiced divine and sex power. If a meditator wants to practice divine and sex power, first he must practice 10 kasinas and 8 attainments. 10 kasinas are Art Kasina, Vada Kasina, Fire Kasina, Wood Kasina, Nila blue or black Kasina, Pida yellow Kasina, Lohida red Kasina, Odada white Kasina, Aloga light Kasina and Akasa space Kasina. He must specialize especially in each Kasina, from Art Kasina to Light Kasina. 8 attainments. In Akasa Kasina, one meditator can practice up to 4th jhana only. 4 rupa, 5 material jhanas only. Venerable Niruddha practiced these 10 kasinas in 8 attainments. But if one person, one meditator wants to practice sex power, he must specialize from Art Kasina to White Kasina. In each Kasina, 8 attainments in 40 ways. After practicing 40 ways, he must specialize. One of the three kasinas, namely Paya Kasina, White Kasina, and Aloka Kasina, Light Kasina. In this case, especially Venerable Anuruddha specialized Light Kasina. He practiced Light Kasina up to 4th jhana stage, thoroughly. But before he practicing divine eyesight power, he practiced Light Kasina, 1st jhana, 2nd jhana, and 3rd jhana. Emerging from 3rd jhana, he extends the Light Kasina object up to the limited place. For example, 1 compound or 2 compound, 3 compound, etc. In that limited area, he must try to see visible objects. At that time, first such power, divine eyesight power consciousness is 4th jhana consciousness. That 4th jhana consciousness arises only one time. After that, because of the power of this 4th jhana divine eyesight power consciousness, the remaining consciousness are called reflecting consciousness, reflecting knowledge, Piccavekkhana. By Piccavekkhana knowledge, he can reflect different visible objects. While trying to see, to visualize these visible objects, very soon the light also disappears, and the visible objects also disappear. He did not understand what is the reason. So Buddha wants to correct these reasons. Then the Buddha related his experience while he was practicing in Uruvela as a bodhisattva. Buddha says, Anuruddha, that sign, that reason should be understood. Earlier, when I was a seeker of enlightenment, I do perceive bright light and visible forms. And they disappeared in no time. Then it occurred to me, why did my bright light and various visible objects disappear? I knew that doubts arose to me. On account of doubts, my concentration faded away. When the concentration faded, the bright light and visible forms disappeared. I attended to it in such a manner so that doubts do not arise again. Our bodhisattva, when he was a seeker of enlightenment, he practiced self-modification for nearly 6 years. After about 6 years, he gave up this self-modification, and then he went to Sena Nigama village for alms round, and then he take normal food to make his body strengthen. When his body became strong, he practiced samatha and vipassana in Uruvela again. At that time, while practicing samatha, he specialized Pobwe Nivasa Nosati Vijnana, recollection of previous past lives, and the psychic power which recollects the previous past lives, as well as the divine eye psychic power, Diva Chaku Vijnana. While practicing Diva Chaku Vijnana, He practiced aloka kasina up to that jhana. Emerging from that jhana, he extended the light kasina object up to limited area. That means after extending up to the limited area, he must do dhyana, strong determination. May this light exist for such and such hour, etc. Within this area, limited area. After doing this dhyana, strong determination, this light will be stay. At that time, he must try to observe different types of visible objects. When he experiences first visible object, this first consciousness mind moment is fourth jhana mind moment. After emerging from that jhana, he must extend his light kasina object, but he should not re-establish his fourth jhana concentration. He must stop at the excess concentration of fourth jhana. Emerging from that excess concentration, he should try to see visible objects. First, if he saw first visible object, this first consciousness mind moment is fourth jhana consciousness mind moment. That fourth jhana consciousness mind moment is called divine eye psychic power consciousness. This consciousness arises only once, only one mind moment only. After that, if he wants to continue to see the visible objects, he must use his reflecting knowledge. Because of the power of the divine eye psychic power consciousness, he can reflect the whole day or the whole night, etc. When reflecting different types of visible objects, he saw many wonderful beings, many wonderful objects. Some Vedas, for example, some ghosts, they have very big body, but their mouth is very small, like needle point. He also saw many different Vedas, very wonderful ones, such as bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, samaneras, samaneris, sikhamanas, etc. They are suffering in the sky. Their robes are burning, their belts are also burning, their bowls are also burning. They cannot give up. Why? In time of Kassapa Buddha, they do not purify their virtue. Without purification of virtue, they use 4 types of requisites offered by people. Without purification of virtue, if they use these requisites, at that time they do not give up their robes, their bowls. Because of this reason, after death, they go to hell. Another problem is they do not practice samatha and vipassana thoroughly. So they have no uphold in that Buddha's dispensation. Because of this reason, after death they went to hell. When they escaped from the hell, they suffered in the sky like Bhikkhu Vedas, Bhikkhuni Vedas, Samanera Vedas, Samaneri Vedas, Sikhamana Vedas, etc. There are also many different Vedas like Skeleton. They are suffering a lot. So when he saw such different types of objects, what are these? What are these? In this way he cannot decide, because this is a past experience. If he cannot decide, at that time doubt coming up. Doubts occur to him. Because of this doubt is unwholesome mind movement. Because of this doubt, concentration decrease and faded away. When concentration faded away, the bright light also disappear, as well as because of the bright light he saw different objects. If there is no bright light, he cannot see any visible object. So visible object also disappear because of this doubt. In the same way, while you are practicing Anapana, sometimes nimitta may appear, sometimes light may appear, but some meditators have doubt whether this is real nimitta or not. They are investigating. Light is here or light is here, whether this is nimitta or not, they have doubt. Such type of doubt reduce concentration, decrease concentration. When concentration decrease, then that light will disappear, that nimitta also will disappear. So don't pay attention from this touching point. Any object you should not pay attention. For beginners, usually when the nimitta appears, nimitta is not stable because concentration is not yet enough to maintain for a long time. Because of this reason, nimitta may come and go. Frequently may come back again, then go back again. So because of this reason, you should not investigate too much about nimitta. You should concentrate on your natural breath only. When the breath and nimitta unify together, or when your breath becomes nimitta, at that time your mind automatically stick to the nimitta. At that time you can focus on the nimitta. But when focusing on the nimitta, nimitta may be long, no problem, may be big, no problem. You should not move your attention from the previous touching point. On the touching point, you should focus on the nimitta only. In 2006, I was conducting a meditation retreat in Forest Refuge, Massachusetts, in America. Joseph Goldstein was a famous meditation teacher. He also joined this retreat for 1 month. After 20 days practice, he got Anapana nimitta. Within 1 week, his nimitta became very bright, transparent, and produced strong, powerful lights. He can concentrate on his nimitta for more than 1 hour. Full absorption also appeared for about 1 hour. At that time, he investigated the whole body. When he investigated the whole body also became transparent and bright. At that time, he had doubt. What doubt? Nimitta must be here only. When the whole body became like nimitta, transparent and bright. So this doubt, because of this doubt, his concentration decreased. When concentration faded away, the nimitta also disappeared. He cannot concentrate well. So he reported to me about this problem. I explained to him, but very late. Very late means at that day, nearly 30 days. He had already arranged meditation retreats in Europe, so he must leave for Europe. So he can do nothing. But I explained to him about the samadhi concentration. Samahito yatha buddhan janati pasati. A bhikkhu who has concentrated mind understands the dhammas as they really are. So our body is composed with small particles, subatomic particles called clusters. Among these clusters, there are 5 transparencies, 5 types of pasada rupa. These 5 types of pasada rupas are transparent. Chakhadi pincha vidha rupa dina gahana picha bhavena adasa talang viya vipasana da pasada rupa. Eye transparency, ear transparency, nose transparency, tongue transparency, and body transparency. Among these 5, body transparency is throughout the whole body. If you touch anywhere, you can feel touching sensation. Everywhere there is body transparency. So, before you cannot break down the compactness, at that time, if you investigate with concentrated mind, when the light is very strong, you can see this transparent body. So, I explained to him, but it is very late, because he must ready to go to Europe. So this time he may join or not, I don't know. He invited me another 4 months retreat this year. In the same way, while you are practicing Anapana, you should not move your attention from this point. If you observe your body, the whole body also will become transparent body, because at that time you do not practice thoroughly 4 elements meditation. This is one reason. Another reason is you cannot break down the compactness. Cannot. As a mass, especially body transparency, as a group you can see. So the whole body became transparent body like ice block. At that time, what is this nimitta must be here. Why the whole body also became nimitta? He had doubt. Because of this doubt, his concentration fall down. When concentration fall down, he cannot re-establish his concentration within 2 or 3 days. He had a lot future plans to go to Europe. Because of this reason, it is very late. So the doubt is very dangerous. Do not move your attention from this point. When the nimitta became transparent and bright, you should focus on this point only. Nimitta may be big, no problem. Nimitta may be long, no problem. You should not investigate the whole body. You should not investigate too much. You should just focus on the nimitta only. In the same way, while you are practicing 4 elements meditation, there are also some problems. You should emphasize only 12 characteristics. 12 characteristics or 4 elements only. Some meditators, when practicing 4 elements meditation, their body becomes bigger and bigger. At the time, they have doubt whether this is real or not. So such doubt produce your concentration to decrease. When your concentration decreases, then you cannot see 12 characteristics clearly. Some meditators, they experience while practicing 4 elements meditation, their body becomes smaller and smaller. Whether this is real or not, they have doubt. So such doubt also not good. Whether your body becomes bigger and bigger or smaller and smaller, no problem. You should emphasize only 12 characteristics of 4 elements only. When you practice 4 elements meditation systematically, one day you can see your body become transparent body like ice block. This is natural. When you see this ice block, if you can concentrate 4 elements on that ice block, then your concentration will develop. When your concentration develops, strong, powerful, brilliant lights will emit from your transparent body. So when practicing 4 elements meditation, at the time also some meditators may occur doubt. Because of this doubt, their concentration becomes weaker and weaker. When their concentration becomes very weak or faded away, then they cannot see transparent body. Then Buddha continued his experience again. I intended to do it in such a manner so that doubts do not arise again. You must also, in the same way, please remove your doubt. When abiding diligent do dispel, I perceived bright light and visible objects again. The bright light and visible objects disappeared in no time. Then it occurred to me, why did my bright light and visible objects disappear? I knew that no attention arose to me. On account of no attention, my concentration faded. When the concentration faded, the bright light and visible objects disappeared. I attended to it in such a manner so that doubts and no attention do not rise again. What is no attention? While seeing the different visible objects, doubts arose to him. So he decided, I will not see different visible objects. Then he do not pay attention to any visible object. If you do not pay attention to any visible object and sit quietly, this is called noble silence. You do not pay attention to any object. Because of this reason, if you do not pay attention to any object and sit noble silence, then concentration faded away. When concentration faded away, the bright light also disappeared and visible objects also disappeared. In the same way, when practicing Anapana, if you do not pay attention in breath and out breath, then your concentration will decrease because of no attention. So when practicing Anapana, you must pay attention to your breath only, not any other object. If you do not pay attention to your breath object, if you observe different objects, then restless will appear. Because of this restless, then your concentration will decrease. When your concentration falls down, you cannot practice Anapana diligently. In the same way, when practicing mindfulness of breathing, when nimitta appear, in nimitta and the breath unify, at that time you must focus on your nimitta only. You should not pay attention to any other object. But if you do not pay attention to your nimitta, if you follow the lights, for example, lights appear on your head, on your right side or on your left side, if you follow these different types of lights, then your concentration will decrease. Because your concentration on the nimitta produces strong powerful light. If you do not pay attention to your nimitta, then your concentration will decrease. When your concentration decrease, then nimitta also will disappear. The bright light also will disappear. In the same way, when practicing 4 elements meditation, you must pay attention to your 4 elements or 12 characteristics only. If you do not pay attention to your meditation object, that is 4 elements or 12 characteristics. If you pay attention, oh, here pain very much, here pain very much, oh, my back is very pain, my neck is very pain. If you pay attention to such objects, your concentration will decrease. So don't get any bodily sensation, bodily painful feelings. You must focus on your 12 meditation object, that is 4 elements or 12 characteristics only. Then number 3 is Thina Medha, sloth and Toba. Then Buddha relate his experience again. I attend to it in such a manner so that doubts and no-addition do not rise again. When abiding diligent to dispel, I perceived bright light and visible objects. The bright light and visible objects disappear in no time. Then it occurred to me, why did my bright light and visible objects disappear? I knew that sloth and Toba rose to me. On account of sloth and Toba, my concentration faded. When the concentration faded, the bright light and visible forms disappear. I attended to it in such a manner so that doubts, no addition, and sloth and Toba do not rise again. What is the reason sloth and Toba appear? The reason is he do not pay attention his meditation object. No attention. Because of no attention to his meditation object, sloth and Toba appears. So when practicing Anapana, you must pay attention on your Anapana meditation object. When your meditation object breath, in-breath and out-breath becomes Nimitta, you must focus on your Nimitta. You must pay attention to this Nimitta only. But if you do not pay attention your breath or your Nimitta, then sloth and Toba will arise. In the same way, when you are practicing 4 elements meditation, you must pay attention to your meditation object, that is 4 elements or 12 characteristics only. If you do not pay attention to your meditation object, then sleepiness will appear. Then number 4 is Chambitattam, fear. Then Buddha related his story again. When the concentration faded, the bright light and visible objects disappear. I attended to it in such a manner so that doubts, no attention, and sloth and Toba do not rise again. When abiding diligent to dispel, I perceived bright light and visible objects. The bright light and visible objects disappear in no time again. Then it occurred to me, why did my bright light and visible objects disappear? I knew that fear rose to me. On account of fear, my concentration faded. When the concentration faded, the bright light and visible objects disappear. Like a man come on the highway, small quails flew up quickly on both sides, has arisen fear on both sides. In the same way, in the same manner, fear rose to me. On account of fear, my concentration faded. When the concentration faded, the bright light and visible objects disappear. I attended to it in such a manner so that doubts, no attention, sloth and Toba and fear do not rise again. Why did fear rise to him? he extended his light kasina up to Himalaya. Under the light, he saw different objects, fearful objects, such as Dhanava Rakha, very big snakes. At that time, fear rose to him. Because of this fear, his concentration faded away. When concentration faded, the bright light also disappeared. When bright light disappears, then he cannot see any visible objects. In the same way, when you are practicing Anapana, especially when you focus on your Anapana Pratibhaga Nimitta counterpart side, strong powerful lights appear. You should not survey any object under the light. If you survey any object under the light, then your concentration will fade away. When your concentration decreases, the bright light also will disappear, nimitta also will disappear. At that time, you cannot continue to practice Anapana. So do not pay attention except your meditation object, any other object under the light. In the same way, while practicing 4 elements meditation, sometimes because of the excessive character, one of the excessive characteristics, the whole body became very tight. At the time, you may be not able to breathe well. At the time, fear may rise to you. Because of this fear, your concentration will fade away. When your concentration is faded, then you cannot continue to practice 4 elements meditation. So it is not necessary to be fear. At that time, you should investigate your element, especially characteristics. When hardness is very strong, at that time you should emphasize only softness. When roughness is very strong, you should emphasize only smoothness. When heaviness is very strong, then you should emphasize only lightness. Then elements will become balanced. Again, when cohesion is very strong, you should emphasize only flowing. When flowing is very strong, you should emphasize only cohesion. In the same way, when heat is very excessive, then you should emphasize only coldness. When cold is very strong, then you should emphasize heat. In the same way, when pushing is very strong, then you should emphasize supporting. When supporting is very strong, then you should emphasize pushing. So there are characteristics to make balance. If you can make balance these characteristics, then there will be no much problem. It is not necessary to be fear. That fear is one type of dosa. That dosa is unwholesome dhamma. That unwholesome dhamma make your concentration decrease. So while practicing Anapana or while practicing 4 elements meditation, you must remove this fear. Today let us stop here. Next Saturday we shall continue.